Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track from an actor named Mike Di Lorenzo titled What We Need. And if we switch over to here, we have it on Spotify. This is Mike Di Lorenzo and Anna Moore off of the What We Need album. So we're going to listen through this track from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go. That's very charming, isn't it, with these jazzy piano bits? Ah, the vocals are nice and present here as well, nice. Ah, the saxophone is heavenly, isn't it? Very soulful intro, isn't it? Nice and colourful there, gentle. Production value.
Things I want to come my way. Desires to come true. Everything brand new, and still what does it do?
Dude, this is so classy. I love those vocals, those double tracking on the side of the stereo field there. Nice repeated phrasing of that the vocal passage there in that stanza. And there's a lot to appreciate and enjoy about this.
We always hope for what we want. We think we want what we see. But nothing's better than having what we need.
Here we go. Great phrasing of that hook line here. Dude, a little bit of development in that percussion section, and the bass and the guitar, dude. How many different elements do we have here, and no synths on the left side? My goodness, this is a treat. Oh, that's pretty. It's a fast edit. It's like call and response between left and right sides.
I've done a lot of wrong from thinking I was right. I done lost a lot of sleep of worrying at night. For desires to come true. Everything brand new, and still what does it do?
Back to that bridge or that hook section. Now I believe this is a bridge. My lord, dude, I am so happy to be listening to this. Mike Di Lorenzo is an absolute champ on the keys, and Anna Moore is nailing those vocals, dude. Phenomenal technique there. Really nice, easy to understand story. It's just, it's a pleasant experience.
The biggest of pictures, when the one or two right in front of you. We always look for all of the answers, searching for something that you already knew.
Oh, the synth rises are a nice touch.
We always hope for what we want.
Brass is a nice additional bit of the mix here.
What we see.
Honestly, like, the attention to detail on the post-production studio side of things is absolutely sensational, and it just sounds like a major label release, to be honest. You know. Nice little bit of vocal right there, nice. That grit's charming, to be honest. Solo time. Because it's not just the fact that we have these different instruments mixed well in the mix. There's also dynamic range to them. They haven't been limited or compressed too aggressively. Oh, classy as, man. So happy with this. Wow. Yeah, I've got no complaints about that. Yeah. Spoiler alert. This is pretty well done. It's going to get a positive review. Because this is the conclusion of my my review of Mike Di Lorenzo's What We Need, the track featuring Anna Moore. My lord, dude, I cannot get over how professional this was. It's such an incredible time with it. I love the story there about, it's basically people thinking they know what they want and searching for it and maybe making mistakes about it. But then at the end of the day, when we have what we need, everything's fine, right? I think it's a story that a lot of people resonate with and understand. You know, we can all relate to that feeling of security, right? It's a great thing to make a song about. And considering what the album is about, because the album is called, again, What We Need. I can only assume that, you know, if we're at this standard overall, the rest of the album's going to be pretty dope. Anna Moore as a singer was absolutely sensational. She just nailed the parts, you know, not only the main lead, but also the side double tracks of vocals and the backing harmonies as well. And just, dude, it's just a top tier performance, man. Like, she was well within her range, like comfortable. There was a lot of effort put in on her part to communicate appropriately to the story, the material there, and I think she emoted appropriately for it, alongside the ornamentation. I love that little bit of extra intensity in there with that vocal grit there. There was a nice cool response to some of the other lead instruments in there occasionally, which is great, but she also harmonized really nicely with that saxophone in that last chorus. So I'm really impressed with that. The structure of it was effectively that verse, bridge, chorus kind of vibe. There might have been an interlude there, and the chorus might have been extended twice just to allow for that extra saxophone bit. But all in all, it's just what was needed, and it was in that 2 to 4 minute sweet spot there. So lovely timing there. Lots of there was no filler or anything like that. We got what we needed. The instrumental performances from the brass, like the sax and everything like that, along with the guitar, bass, drums, keys came in there, but a couple of different synth parts as well. Everything there slotted in nicely in the frequency spectrum and the stereo field. It sounded like we were surrounded by the music, which is great. That's also testament to the post-production, but you know what I mean. To be honest with you, I don't know what they could have really done to improve the performance itself. Honestly, like, when I hear a track like this with these distinct like verse, chorus, bridge sections with lots of color and these extended harmonies, some interesting drum fills in there, the brass parts just taking off like an absolute treat. It's a pleasure over time, you know, like there was complexity in that harmony to illustrate the complexity of the story that was being told, but also there wasn't too much, and it never felt like these lead instruments were taking away from the focal point, which was of course the vocals for the most part. Professionals in that accompaniment. And finally, the recording, mixing, mastering was an absolute, we'll go with absolute treat. Yeah, I mean, the EQing, the stereo panning, the effects change on the individual instruments, you know, everything, again, slotted well into the frequency spectrum and the stereo field. There wasn't a lot of work done to necessarily change the textures and tones and colorations of different instruments. It was just enough to help it glue together kind of nicely. There's a bit of limiting compression there. But aside from that, charming. And I think part of what allowed this song to stand out was the minimalist approach to the mixing and mastering, like the studio side, primarily because of how well the initial performance was done, you know, performed and recorded. That's what you need to do in this sort of situation, especially with these acoustic instruments, is you need to get those raw takes done properly, because you just can't polish them up in post. It's just not possible to do that, you know. It's not going to sound the same as if you take your time and put the effort in. And it's clear to me with, you know, Mike Di Lorenzo and What We Need, that they put 100% into it, both Mike Di Lorenzo and Anna Moore. And I wish them the best of luck in future with their musical endeavors. But effectively, this is my review of Mike Di Lorenzo's What We Need. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go check out Mike Di Lorenzo's various social medias and the Spotify page, as well as I think they've got a website as well. I'll put that in the link for you to check out. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they've helped more than ever through the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.